Well, we're not in a beautiful theatre just yet. We're in my kitchen down here in Hampshire, and I'm going to show you a bit of cooking. Now, this will probably be shown as an extra, okay? Which means you've already seen the DVD. So really, this is not an extra because it's the bit that should be before the DVD. So I don't know why they call it a before. So these are befores. Do you want to watch play, select movie, episodes, or do you want to watch the befores? So these are the befores. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain to you why I wrote this cookbook. Okay, there is me. Okay, it's a great picture, isn't it? Okay, that is available on jimdavidson.org.uk or in any bargain bin for probably 50p at the moment. But if you buy it from me, I'll sign it for you. I'm right by it. The most important thing about cooking is food. You can't cook without food. And the other thing you need is a wife in the kitchen to shout out instructions to you and tell you where you're going wrong, right? Yeah, she giggles and goes red and pisses off. What we're going to do, okay, and excuse the glasses, it's the old headmaster's warning finally come true, I'm going to cook chow mein. Now, you've seen all these arty-farty chefs on the television that think we know how to do it. And there's more chefs now than there are rock stars, aren't there, really? You only got to watch Saturday morning. They're all on there, these blokes, pouncing about. It's very simple how to get food. You get food and fucking cook it. It's quite simple. Right, what we're going to do is crispy noodle Hong Kong chow mein. Now, chow mein is normally soft noodles thrown in with all shit and stirred up, and it puts it there. Looks like a load of nanny goat's vomit that fucking Rambo wouldn't eat. So, see? Do you hear that? What? Because I said nanny goat's vomit. Yuck. I ain't tasted her cooking. This woman can burn cornflakes. Anyway,
how dare you?
Yeah, ears like a shit house rat.
Last night then?
Yeah, okay. What did I eat last night? I'm not telling you, we'll be divorced. Anyway, here we go. So this is crispy chicken chow mein. First of all, you need chicken, you need spring onions, some I prepared earlier. This is an egg, this is a brown egg. Some chickens lay brown eggs and some chickens lay white eggs. And do you know why, smart ass? Yes, some chickens don't bother to wipe their bums. Then we need some bean sprouts, Waitrose of course, don't buy any cheap shit. This is corn flour, written on there, girl writing. White pepper, some stock, okay, which I've used Marco PIER white stuff. We can't say the brand obviously, but Marco PIER white endorses it, and so who's to argue with him? Let me take you by the hand and I'll show you, and your cooking will almost be as good as mine. Marco. Now then, soy sauce, oyster sauce, noodle. Noodle I've got a boil for, then it become crispy, and rapeseed. Leave it. Okay, now then, let's have a little go. First of all, here's some water that I prepared earlier. And this is a noodle, so bung that in. See, now and set the clock for 3 minutes. Okay, so whatever you want to do, 3 minutes. So you can boil an egg or have sex twice. Then, while we're doing that, we want to chop up. Let's make sure. 3 years to learn that. Okay, what you want to do, make sure you don't chop your fingers off because it's not good. Shit, claret everywhere. So use your knife in a chopping action and try not to chop your fingers off while you're on a DVD. We'll chop these up. This is spring onions. Use the green bits as well. And don't chuck anything away. Save it for stock and shit like that. So look, there you go. Here's a tip for you. Watch this. You know when you've chopped shit up and then you scrape it in? Don't use that side of the knife because you'll blunt it. Use that side. There you go. So turn the knife over. So that, a lot of that's gone on the floor, the wife will start moaning, the dogs will eat that and they'll die. Okay, now, the next thing you've got to do is the chicken. Now the chicken is a bit of a pain in the arse because it's very dangerous. That's like holding nitroglycerine. We're going to chop it up. We're not going to chop it up in ordinary chunks, we're going to chop it up in Chinese chunks. Okay, so that's little thin strips. Okay, and we're going to use it as a, like, watch this, look, you see? There's a slicing action rather than, so we're shaving it. You remember the old jack planes you used to have at school? That's what we want to do. We want little bits. We don't want to go mental. And then we're going to use a process called velveting, okay? Which is a way, you know when you go in a Chinese restaurant and that chicken, it really doesn't taste like chicken, does it? It's not because it's cat. It's because they velvet it to make it nice. Chicken can be very dry, can't it? We don't want any of that shit. So there you go. The chicken is shaved up in little pieces, not big chunks, little pieces. Put them in there, okay? Don't forget now, we've got to clean this board, we've got to clean this knife and clean my fingers. But before we do that, in fact, I'll do it now, okay? We're going to an interval now, that interval music, okay? Okay, we're back. The hands are washed, otherwise you get salmonella, all the fallopian and fodder and shits, all deep joy for all this, and salmonella, all the buggage round there in the gut and the knobbit and all the shrivelly up. It's no good. Right, what we want to do, corn flour, okay, about, I don't know, half a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half in there like that. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper for this one, okay, not too much, otherwise, and then this is the bit I love, egg white. This is the process of sealing in the flavour. There we are, right, they're done. So let's turn that off. I'll grab these noodles out of here. There they are, look. Now what we want to do, we want to keep these for a bit. And we want to spread them out on this little tea towel. But we want to spread them out in the way we're going to fry them. So we'll let them dry out on there like that. Okay, so that's about a plate size full of them. We'll move this out of the way. Ah, fuck! And give this a little mix up. Now what you would do, you could prepare this earlier, you see, you put some cling film over it. Do you have a problem finding the end of the cling film? You know when the cling film comes out and you think, right, do you want to know a tip how to do it? Give it to the white. They're experts on everything. Okay, so there you go, have a look at that. Now we've got the next bit to do, which is, oh yeah, we're going to deep fry the noodles and we're going to velvet the chicken. So what we need to do is get your wok. I'm going to use this big bugger. And we put in here, I know it seems to be a lot, but we're going to put about 5 big tablespoons of, this is the other thing I hate. When you pull that out and the ring comes out and nothing happens, you've got to get, right, so we're going to be deep frying. And we're also going to be velveting, which is slightly different. So I think we'll do the velveting first. Okay, there you go. So that is about the tip of a finger deep in the bottom of a wok. Okay. Now you don't want this to catch fire, otherwise you're fucked. So what I always do is not have it catch fire. Right, there you go. Oh shit. There you go, so that's on there, that's on there. We're going to let that get nice and hot. Now, you can always tell when I'm cooking with a wok in this kitchen because Bertie pisses off, right, doesn't he? Michelle? She's gone too, marvellous. Bertie runs off because here we've got a really sensitive alarm system and if it smokes just one little bit the alarm goes off and Bertie hates it because of his ear rolls. He's a Lhasa Apso and they've got these funny sensitive ear rolls, so whenever I get the wok out he buggers off. So we're going to let that go. Okay, here's your bean sprouts, they say wash them, I don't bother, I can eat shit me. And we're ready to velvet our chicken. So the oil is on there. Now to check it's hot, you ain't going to stick your finger in it like I did the other one. Get a little bit of bread like this, we'll have 2 goes at it. Okay, a little bit of bread, just drop it in. If it bubbles and starts to cook like a bit of fried bread, then you're sort of almost ready. Let's have a look, that's lovely. You can hear that there? Right, so with your wooden spoon, you take your chicken that's been marinating in an egg, the corn flour and a little bit of white pepper and you drop that in there. Okay, then what you want to do, because we're not going to deep fry this, we're going to velvet it. Take it off the heat, break it up. All we want to do is seal this chicken. You'll see it breaking up nicely now. So we don't want to deep fry it. Okay? Just for about a minute. But no heat. Chicken's breaking up nicely. And there we have it. So scoop it out, put it in a bowl. Good. And it's already starting to look like Chinese chicken. Oh, not too easy, John. There you go, so that bit's done. Now, what we want to do now is we want to fry these noodles. Look, see where we put them out, like that. Looks like you've just sneezed, doesn't it? Okay. Drop them in. Right, okay, these have been 6 or 7 minutes. You can see now how they've gone a bit brown. So what we're going to do is put them on a plate like that, nice and crispy and brown, ready for the next stage. Now the next stage is this. We'll be very careful because you've got to boil the oil away. Because you don't want that. Pour it in there. Right, you've got a little bit of oil left. Turn this down a little bit, and then we get the spring onions in. Okay? Just some chopped spring onions. About 2 tablespoonfuls, 2 big tablespoons. Give them a bit of a do. Just about 30 seconds, and then we're going to add the chicken. Give that a quick bit of a do. Okay, don't forget this is going to sit on top of our crispy noodles, and there's lots of liquid that the noodles are going to soak up and give it some flavour. So we'll just give that a little bit more of a stir around. Looks quite good. It smells delicious. I'm very hungry. Okay, now we're going to give it some of this. We want a tablespoon of light soy sauce. Okay? Don't want to put too much of that because it gives salt. About 3 tablespoons of this SEJOUR father wine. Okay? Look at that go. The dog will run off now because that's smoking. And then we want to put some stock, about 200 things. I don't know what that is in pounds, shillings and pence, but it's about that much we're going to get in. Okay, so we give this a good old stir up. Oh, that smells great. Get that in there. Maybe a little bit more stock. This is live TV, folks. Okay. Funny enough, if you're watching this first, you can cook this, then sit and watch the DVD. Right, here we go. Now then, so that's cooking away. That's nice and succulent, and that smells absolutely delicious. Then we want the bean sprouts. Okay? These little. There we go. The dog will run off now, so you throw this to the wife, and she hits the thing. Great, isn't it? I love it. Listen. Right, we're going to add these, a couple of handfuls. Okay, give it a good stir up. That's good. And then a tablespoon of oyster sauce, which gives it that lovely oyster sauce taste. Right, now to thicken this up a bit, and the Chinese use this a lot, what you need is a teaspoon of corn flour, some cold water. Add the cold water to make a paste. Make sure you add enough, otherwise it turns to glue, and the fucking spoon is stuck. Okay, stir that in. A few more of these nice, fresh, crispy bean sprouts. You see that thickening up lovely now. That'll thicken up lovely. And then, all you have to do, pour on the crispy noodles. Okay. With these delicious bits of chicken. Give the wok to the missus to start moaning at and complaining. Garnish with the rest of these. You can put a bit of coriander on if you like, or some little bits and pieces. I don't know, do whatever you want really for garnish. And there you have it. That is crispy Hong Kong style chicken chow mein. Enjoy the DVD. Don't forget, the book is on the website. Jim Davidson, News at 10. Can't eat that, I've got a hangover.